Oh,
Holy
wow.
crap. Wow.
That's a lot of food.
That's one. Just wait. That's the face of it, the head of it. Now watch how big the paw is. Oh, you stupid phone. Watch how big the paw is to his hand.
Holy.
Wow.
That is huge.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see. There it is.
Right there.
You know, we just had a bear down here in Florida tear open the guy's trailer door and killed him and his dog. These bears down here are gangster, man.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, we've had quite a few like that up here. The other bear that they have right now coming into they only shoot boars, they don't shoot the sows, and they have a feeding station set up so that they can tell if it's a nursing sow or not, and if it's a male they can tell. And the next one that's coming in, because it's still season, the next one that's coming in, they figure is double that size. That one was 350 pounds. And they figure the other one that's been coming in is double the size, near 600 pounds.
A lot of meat. A lot of meat.
Well, they take it and they grind it up and they make sausage and hamburger out of it.
Yeah.
Just make sure you cook it all the way.
Yep.
Dang old bear's got a lot of parasites.
Yep. Oh, no. It gets cooked. They cook it. But
that's good.
And then my daughter laughed because they asked me if I named the pigs, and I said, "Yep, Carrie, Todd, Jesse, Rebecca, and Becky, and Jamie, after my 2 daughters and my 2 son-in-laws." They thought that was hilarious.
Well, yeah.
If I name something I'm going to eat and I name it after a son-in-law, it's one I don't like.
I've only got 2 son-in-laws, so
I got one I like. I actually like him more than I do my daughter. And then I got one that took it better not stick his head up around me or I'm going to take it off. And then I got another one. If he wrecks drunk one more time, my grandkids in the car, he's going to have a real problem with me.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I don't speak to a brother that doesn't like Trump.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. He has no contact with the entire family.
That's sad. You know, I grew up in general. We OGs, man. It didn't matter who the hell you vote for. We still friends, you know?
Yeah.
But nowadays, oh no. People, I don't know what the hell's wrong with people. If you don't like what I like, we can't be friends. That's crazy. Next thing, what? You don't like the same kind of toast I like, we can't be friends? What the hell's next?
There's a lot of people that are falling out that don't like Jesus no more. So it's sad that nobody wants to praise him.
Yeah.
Well,
they just want to worship.
Actually, I sent Tambra a message saying that you're trying to get it sent to her. That it's just because your internet, it's just taking a little longer, so she understands.
Okay.
She was panicking. I think she was panicking.
I'll call her now. Wait, where do you get to?
Yeah, I'm having, for some reason, my email says no internet, but I have internet.
Well, can you send it to her on the phone?
Have you checked your Wi-Fi? Check your Wi-Fi, because sometimes it's the Wi-Fi that isn't connected properly, and it seems like it is.
It's just my laptop. Because I'm on, I have more than one page pulled up, and the streaming
and it takes
a lot of it.
It makes it slow. Yeah, yes. It makes it slow.
Yeah.
Internet being slow, but it will be coming in.
Yeah, so
yeah,
his aunt also wants to join in as well. So I'm trying to send her the link as well. And
so you're trying to ask the laptop too much all at once. Its brain can't think of it.
Yep.
Its brain can't handle it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I switch back from email to the StreamYard, the email
Yeah.
almost has to restart all over again. So, can y'all see if anybody's waiting in the underneath part? If anybody
you mean in the
wants
chat?
No. I'm wondering, because y'all are on your cell phones, I'm wondering what
they can't see that.
No, I didn't think so. Okay. I'm just making sure Karen's not backstage waiting to join.
Hi, Jane.
Yep.
Yes,
Jane is
evening.
Okay. Sitting over a phone.
Hold on. I wonder if I can do that. Can you put these on? Okay. Let me see if I can do it this way. Turn this back on.
No, they ain't coming up yet.
Really? I had it clicked on ready. Okay. Whoops.
There it goes.
Okay, where are you?
You. Yes, I know. Okay. Oops. So, y'all want to just
y'all
talk
Keep
amongst
going while we get
yourselves?
these technical difficulties straightened out.
What do you want us to do? Walk away, leave, and then come back?
No, I just want y'all to
talk.
How's y'all's day going?
What you got going in the garden?
Yeah. Have y'all had
Well,
a lot
I thought
of
I was
rain?
going to lose everything. I thought I was going to lose everything with the snow and hail that we got. There was over 5 inches on the highway.
Wow.
Dang.
But you know what? Because I've got my Brussels sprouts is in, my broccoli's in, my cabbage is in, my beets are in, because I start them in the greenhouse and they're up about 2-3 inches, and then I plant them. Then my bok choy is in, my Swiss chard is in, doing good. And what else do I have? I planted my Cherokee wax yellow beans, celery. We get food scraps for our pigs, and there was the bottom parts when you chop your celery off, and you got that bottom part. I took 2 of them just for the heck of it and put it in a pot, like in a pot with the soil, and I left it sitting. Now they're growing. They're up about 2 inches. They rooted and they're growing. I'm growing celery from them.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
I've just got my flowers in so far. I haven't planted anything yet because my hubby's working on the rototiller right now for the garden.
Oh, okay.
I have everything. All my squash, cucumbers, and all that are all up in my greenhouse in big pots, and then I transplant them every year like that. And because I start them early, but I can't put them out because we got hail and snow yesterday in that big storm that we had. So I can't put them out for another good week to make sure.
Terminator, I saw a little hack that you might be able to use up there. And you take
What's that?
You take 2 5-gallon buckets. One of them's got your plant in it with drain holes, you know. But
Yeah.
you bury the other one in the yard with just the top sticking up. Save a lid. And then in the wintertime, you just put one bucket inside the other. And in the wintertime, you just pick it up and carry it back and forth like that.
Oh, that's different.
Cool.
I'll have to try that.
She's got her little 5 buckets all in little rows there in a certain area. And that's what she does. Now she lives up in Michigan. So I don't know if
Yeah,
it'll
they
work
get weather similar to us.
but
Yeah.
I just thought that was neat as hell.
Oh yeah.
The connection. She's
It's
in
a
the
little
chat.
bit of work getting those holes dug, but once you got them dug, you can use them forever.
Mm-hmm. I got a 6-inch post digger that I put in, and I twist it. I got a video of it on my channel. I twist, and that's how I dig my post holes.
I got post hole diggers. I got shovels of every size.
Yep, you're like me.
It's like a wedge, but it's on a long pole. It's weighted where you just drop it in the ground.
Yep.
We got hard Georgia clay here. You've got to break it up before you can
Okay.
shovel it out.
Yeah.
And I've
Yeah.
got grown children that do the work for me.
No, not me. Just me.
Tambra, I sent you the link, but it's through Messenger. So hopefully you can get it.
You want me to text that to her?
I just texted it to her. She's in the chat right now.
Okay. Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I sent it to Jim in Messenger.
Yeah, it went. My husband watched it when the storm came in and it started to rain and everything, and the hail started. It was 80 degrees here, and he watched the thermometer outside drop down below 50 within not even 15 minutes. That's how cold it was. Then my son came in this morning, and he showed me a picture on his phone of a shelf cloud like you guys get down there when a tornado's going to drop.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he was, because he went down south about an hour from here last night. Well, late yesterday afternoon, evening, and that's the cloud he was driving through back and forth that came over us.
Oh wow!
Dang.
But see, everything was coming from the north. We were watching it. The first storm we got, my son and I were outside. He was working on putting the roof on his shed, and we watched the storm go coming from the north, but it was more east of us. And we heard the thunder, the big rumbles and everything. And then 10 minutes later, then we didn't hear nothing. And then the reports all over Facebook were going, and people were driving, and everybody pulled over. There was so much heavy hail and snow, they couldn't see 2 feet in front of their vehicle. And there was about 5 inches on covering the highways.
I see my sister Tambra in there.
Y'all aren't used to that, are you? Used to snow.
Jack, that's enough.
I think your dog barking is making my dog bark.
I'm so sorry. Shut up. His daddy is fixing his dinner.
Ah.
He's a husky. They complain constantly.
Yes, I
They
actually
hurry you up. They demand you move faster.
June.
Terminator's been running all day. She's sleeping. She's exhausted.
I don't know. I sent
I'm
it to
exhausted. What are
Messenger.
y'all come grate up this block of wax for me?
Yeah. Because it doesn't look like she. Hold on.
I fed them early. Now they're sleeping.
This is what I groomed today.
What was it? Oh, pretty. Pretty.
Oh, pretty.
Oh, white German Shepherd?
She said
Is that a white German Shepherd?
A husky.
Yeah, on her.
Yeah.
Oh, husky.
Yeah,
That's
husky.
weird.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
How does she make it work?
You'll click on that link and then put in your name that you want to go by.
Bubba.
And then
Oh, Bubba.
enter studio.
They don't say that. Open the page in Safari. I guess I need to copy the link.
It should be able to just where you can just click the link and go right to it.
Who are we talking to?
I'm talking to his aunt.
It says open this page in Safari. I have iPhone. What do you know?
Android.
Karen, see that, Karen? That's what I took onto my dog today.
What is that? A splinter?
The quill.
Porcupine quill.
Oh.
We don't have those down here.
Yeah,
That's one thing
porcupines.
I don't miss about living up north, and we don't have down here.
Yeah.
We got
never seen one.
beaver, we got groundhogs, we got possums and raccoons and coyotes. A few foxes here and there. They're rare. But
Oh, we got
no
foxes. We got a lot.
porcupines. Got little hedgehogs here and there.
Can't talk to
We got armadillos now. They follow the fire ants.
He's not live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're
Hey,
soon
Oliver.
going to have wild boar because it's in right there at the state line. They're saying it's in Alabama at the state line, so it'll be here soon.
Y'all don't have any wild hogs yet?
Soon. They're at the state line. It's like, what is it, 8 miles away or 11?
Once they start,
11 miles.
getting there, that you can do, they're bad. You'll have a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, you will. They get overrun really quickly.
No, we won't because we got so many damn poor hillbillies around me that are hungry and can't afford to buy meat at the grocery store. Trust me.
Hey.
Every good old boy's got traps hanging on his wall, and
they'll be having they'll be going hog wild.
Yeah, they will.
Another choice in their dining habits because they're already going after everything else in the world.
Yep.
Still know when you get.
Did you ever watch that movie from Walt Disney, Hog Wild? It's hilarious. It's a good movie.
No,
I know.
I've seen that.
I'm not a Disney fan anymore. I refuse
But they
to watch
are.
it.
There's a lot of them here.
And I know it was.
Maybe do.
Yeah.
John Travolta and they all on motorcycles taking a road trip.
Yes, I remember it.
The road trip. Yep.
The road trip on motorcycles.
They're trying to oh yeah, I remember that. They're trying to poison them here. There's so many of them. That ain't good to me.
They don't have bounties on them, so people can just go out and shoot at any time.
They can shoot them at any time, but there's so many of them. They're trying to poison them.
Yeah, kind of like my rat infestation after they bush hog around me.
Yeah.
They just run in herds, and
they're bad
like
this year.
locusts. Like locusts. There's more than
one. They're really bad this year to me. The rats are.
What? Right now?
What? Rats are really bad this year.
Yeah, I had to put out poison for rats. I mean, I had to. We got a new rat around here. It's got it's blue. It's not brown. Blue? It's blue, and its tail is a third longer than its body.
Really?
Ah.
It's not a vole or something like that?
The body is tail, and 1/3 of the body is rat.
Maybe it crossed with a possum.
They call them roof rats because they have long prehensile tails and they climb like squirrels. They come in your roof and stuff.
Oh, wow.
That's not good.
So they live in trees just like squirrels do.
Huh.
And they attack your roofs. They come in through your eaves and they chew right through. You can hear them at night when you're laying in bed. Hear them chewing through. I have poison.
I hate that.
I am not letting my house eat up.
Nah. Man.
There's
I don't
only
like any
so
kind of
much
rat.
I see that.
And Jack, you're about to find out what that limit is.
I ain't scared of them. I don't like them.
I know for here right now, I don't know if any of y'all have them, but for bug wise, it's love bug season for us right now.
There,
We had fireflies like a month ago.
No, these
really
ain't
where they're at.
These ain't fireflies. They're love bugs. They two bugs connect breeder to breeder, and then they fly around and hit your cars all the time.
Texas.
They're breeding.
Yeah.
Can't hear you guys.
Mayflies.
No, they're love bugs.
Love bugs.
Oh, jeez.
What the hell, love those?
Yeah, they're called love bugs.
That must be a local thing.
Yeah,
You keep them down.
And I have lived
You
all
keep
over
them
this
down
country.
there. I don't have any up here. Keep them down there.
yeah. That's how everybody around here. No, that's their name is love bugs.
Well, see, that's how mayflies breed, and we call them mayflies because they come out in May.
But they have a little red dot on them. They're black with a red dot on them.
Hey, you hear me?
That's something
They're black with red dot on them. Body structure.
Dessert in the fridge if you
Is it
want
like
it.
a beetle or?
There's dessert in the fridge if you want it. Cherry cheesecake.
I don't know.
I hope Junebug can come in. Is she in there?
I don't know yet. Let me. No.
Can you hear us now, Tamara?
Yeah, I hear y'all now.
Yeah, I even Googled it. Love bugs.
I know what a
Karen.
love bug is. You know, Karen don't know what a love bug is? Yes, she does.
Yeah,
Yes,
this
Al.
is the love bugs.
Oh,
It's some kind
dang.
of black fly
Yeah.
with a red
You-
dot on it.
They're attached
You
to the
keep
butt.
it down there, little Miss Prepper. We don't have them here. You keep them
They're
down there.
they're actually really small. This is blown up really big, but yeah, they're small.
They're attached to
Yeah,
the
we got
butt. They
those
get
around
all
here.
over your windshield.
Yeah, all over your
They're
windshield.
called love bugs.
All over your windshield. They're bad.
It's a little black bug
We
with a
got
red
them, but
dot
they're
on
not
its
that
back.
bad here.
Insect.
You don't know
We
about
have
them, Karen?
other bugs that smack the
They're
hell out
called
of
love
our
bugs because they're stuck together and they fly around together because they're breeding.
Yeah, they're stuck
Oh no,
together.
not a potato bug.
Oh,
When
they
you pull
also
when you pull into the gas stations and there are Luna moths and Cleopatra moths, they're this freaking big and they are attracted
Wow.
by the lights at night.
and
We get those.
oh they
You
also
guys have praying mantis?
Yeah.
You have the
we got
praying mantis down there?
We
No.
got praying man.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
Different kinds.
oh yeah we do.
They're good
I've never
bugs.
seen one in person.
We got king
They're good.
cobras. We got freaking African crocodiles. We got pythons, anacondas.
They
We
found a
don't want
fucking
that shit.
alligator in Nickajack at the lake
Tell him we don't want none of that shit.
up by the
I
nuclear
don't.
facility. Because we get them here every now and then. They're like 5-6 feet long. What they're doing is they're retaking over old territory. As it warms up and it goes back to the way it was 200, 250 years ago, they're reclaiming their territory because they came all the way up through Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and they like the marshy areas.
Talk about alligators.
Alligator and crocodile.
Gators.
Or no. Caiman.
We don't have no crocodiles. We just got alligators.
They got them in Louisiana bad too.
Hey, go. All right. We got someone new coming into our panel. Yes. Hold on.
Welcome.
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 Hey. All right. So who we have here is All American and my aunt. That is his mama's sister. You got baby sister.
So it's All American?
Yeah, whatever.
Like Junebug.
Hubba bubba.
Hubba bubba, Junebug, peaceful life.
You reckon she'll think I'm like All American?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, all right, June, let me introduce you to everybody. At the top, we got Shannon. She's in New York. We got Terminator. She's in Canada. And then down at the bottom, we got Tambra, which is in Texas. And then Karen, she's in North Georgia.
Well, Texas is hotter than we are.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty warm.
I don't think I can.
Yeah, y'all about to get a heat wave, aren't you?
Oh
Well,
man, it's hot here.
I think it's going to be cooler next week.
Yeah.
Then it'll move here. We'll go from rain and too cold to hot and too dry.
Right.
We
It
go
did
from
rain
hot
today.
to hotter.
Oh, did everybody see that Duck Dynasty Phil Robertson has
I
passed away?
know. That's
No,
terrible.
I
What?
didn't.
But you know what?
Yeah,
He went
he
out
passed
on
away.
his own property doing what he loved. He was out hunting
Yep.
on just did.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
I
But
don't watch a lot of TV.
if anybody's
Why
right,
not?
that
My
man
friend
right there is
Shotgun
right.
died.
I'm sure he's good.
He's with the
He
Lord.
was out riding his
Yep.
Harley and he had a massive heart attack at the top of Lookout Mountain. He fell across his bike and his bike just left the bluff.
Who?
My friend Shotgun.
Oh no.
Mm.
He went doing what he loved. And the coroner said he was dead before he left the road, so
Oh, wow.
he
Wow.
literally died mid-ride.
That's not a bad way to go for a biker, believe me.
No, it's
Nope,
not.
it's not.
Nope.
Mm.
I want to go out in a sword fight.
You want to go out and what?
A sword fight or an axe fight with Maz Shad.
Oh, wow.
How was your
Okay.
day today?
But Maz Shad can't whoop me, so I'll have to find somebody superior.
How was your day, Ashley?
It was good. I went to work today. I groomed a husky mix, which was really a good dog, but man, the hair I was getting out of that dog.
My Chihuahua sheds as much as a husky.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Here
So,
comes the hurricane right here.
What are you doing?
aw,
Comes right up, look at her. She comes right up to my face.
yeah,
Yeah, she's a hurricane too. Or he's a hurricane. Boy, he's mean.
yeah,
He's
man,
about probably as bad as any dogs are.
man.
My dogs don't play.
Well, this cat don't play either. You have to tell everybody not to touch him.
Man.
If he
All
wants to
right.
go, he wants to call you and
Let's
bite.
talk about wolf.
Oh, he wants me to say, what do you think? Ask you about Wolf.
Yeah, what about him?
How mean was that dog?
That dog ate the doorknobs off.
Man.
They had to quit putting
Come on, baby.
doorknobs on and
Come on,
just
baby.
do the bolt,
Come on,
do the
baby.
deadbolt.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to play this game. It's called WROL, but what it is, it's world without rule of law. So it's a scenario game, and I read the scenario, and then I'll go around to everybody, and they'll say what they would do in that scenario. All right. All right. Everybody, I'm going to start with bank run.
Oh hell.
Just like Terminator said, though, I'm getting it out of the way.
Uh-huh.
It's true.
All right. So on December 5th, 2027, which is not that's next 2 years, a bank run has left your country's economic in shambles. You have lost your job and the prices of goods are going up by the day. Jobs are hard to come by. Everyone around you is struggling. What would you do to keep a roof over your head and food on your table? Shannon, what would you do?
Well, since I'm planting a
We
garden,
did all
I
that.
try to get as much stuff
We didn't get the
planted
last
as I
part.
could and preserve it so I'd have food for the
I don't
winter
think
and stuff.
anybody's. Are y'all there?
Try to get chickens for eggs and meat. And
I didn't hear all that. The last part of it.
with the money, I don't know.
I can't hear you, Ashley.
Oh, Tambra, can you hear me?
It's fucked up.
Uh-oh, she's having issues.
Hurricane, go on, leave me alone.
Hello, hello, hello.
We can hear you.
Anybody
We
there?
can hear you, Tambra.
Damn. Damn.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Well, let's see.
Hello.
We got chickens that run all through our yards, but they don't leave no eggs in our yard.
Yeah.
They just come over here and pick at all the dirt they can find.
I keep mine in a cage with wheels. Just go out and move it every couple of days.
You
I
chickens?
like that idea.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're in a big cage, 4 foot by 8 foot, on wheels. And I go out there every other day or so and just move it up a slot. And I go through my garden, through my orchard, back and forth across the yard. I've got 4 acres. I've got a big yard, just so you know. And
Now,
yeah,
what's the purpose
they
of moving the
eat the grass,
chickens?
they eat the weeds, they eat the bugs, they poop nitrogen, and they scratch it back into the soil, and then you move them on. And I'm taking my Georgia red clay, and I've got about 8 inches of topsoil across that field, 18 inches of topsoil in the lower pasture. But I having to rebuild the soil bit by bit.
What part of Georgia
I
do
also
you
have
live in?
goats and horses and stuff, and every now and then when they start to leave piles, we have a spreader. It's like a huge multi-ton rake that we just drag back and forth across the field, trying to build up that topsoil. I don't use fertilizer as such. I don't buy fertilizer. I try to recycle everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Karen, June asked, what part of Georgia are you from?
Dade County, northwest corner, up in the top left corner.
So you're not? Are you in the mountain area?
Oh yeah, I'm right smack dab in the middle of 2 mountain ranges. Between Lookout Mountain and Sand Mountain.
Terminator,
I lived in the mountains when I did.
what would you do in that situation?
Well, for number one, I wouldn't have to worry about food because I'd have food. I've already been stashing food away. I know how to live off the land, and I would always have food for my family no matter what. Without a job, that's okay because no matter what type of work, there's always work to be found no matter what. Yeah, depending on what type of jobs, people are, maybe high-end jobs or whatever, but there's always work somewheres, no matter what, if I had to. But I'd be the one to just set myself so that I wouldn't have, I'd be prepared for that. I'd have everything ahead of time that would last me, like now I prepare for a year to 2 years in advance. So you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh.
Ditto. But I'll go one further. I also prepped alcohol, candles. I pour my own candles.
Yeah.
I make jams and jellies. I sell them at flea markets and crafts shows. There's always an income there. There's always odd
always
jobs
bartering.
cash under the table. Because the only bill I'm going to have, because I'll turn the freaking power off in a heartbeat.
Yep.
I can sell firewood. I can sell the eggs. Instead of powdering them and dehydrating them, I could just sell them fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And cash under the table. All I got to do is pay the taxes. Everything else I've got is paid for. As far as the monthly bills go, like I said, you can turn that shit off. I'll be just fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that okay?
And I have knowledge. And yes, in a crisis situation, skills and knowledge is power, ladies.
Yeah,
I guess
and
what-
then also you could use your skills as a class also, and that can be, hey,
Teaching
come
other
over.
people.
Yep.
Teaching other people.
Yep.
And you can charge a small fee for doing it. You could have small personal classes for like 2 weeks, every day for a couple of hours, and you can charge a fee for that.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I started some mimosa tincture yesterday.
Oh,
Did
cool.
you check to
Cool.
see if it would burn your mouth if you were allergic?
A flower, and it didn't do anything to me.
Oh, well, then by all means, go ahead. You're fine.
I did. I picked
What
everything
plant
I
was
could
that
reach.
you was doing that with?
Mimosa flowers.
Oh, okay.
It's called the happy plant.
Supposed to make you happy.
It has it has something in there that acts on your neuroreceptors to just make you happy. It doesn't
say
get
the-
you high.
Got some of them down here.
They
You do?
say the roots are worse. There's like a DMT in them. So
The rest of the plant is toxic.
the roots are supposed to have this more DMT.
Yeah, but it's got to be processed out of them, and I don't know how to do it. Do you?
No, not me.
Well, then don't try it.
I'm just gonna make a
Happy
tincture.
plants down here make you hungry. Oh my
You
Just
just
make
go
the
out
tincture.
there and start experimenting. You're going to poison yourself.
No, I'm just making a tincture.
That's perfectly fine. Make tincture. You can make jelly, make tea.
You make jelly, really?
Yeah, the flowers, get them fresh and just boil them up in a tea.
Yeah.
And then add your sugar for like if you've got 4 cups of juice, you'll want 4.5 to 5 cups of sugar,
I
box
didn't
of
have.
pectin, and some lemon juice.
I couldn't reach very many of them. Just enough to fill a pint jar. So it's okay though.
The branches are real wavy, so if you get you a big stick, you can hook a branch, pull it down, and just pick all day.
Or get in the back of my truck's what I thought about later.
Just be careful because they're brittle. You might break them. It's her
Oh, yeah.
problem. She can do what she wants.
Well, we're gonna try the tincture first.
There you go. All right.
Give us something besides that other stuff.
That was all gone.
Okay. Let's move on to emergency preparedness basics. You have familiarized yourself with the locations and contact information of nearby emergency shelters, hospitals. Oh, have you familiarized yourself with locations and contact information of nearby emergency shelters, hospitals, and other critical facilities? And do you have alternative routes planned to each of them in case of primary routes are blocked or unsafe? Shannon?
No.
Oh, the schools are for the tornado warnings if we ever get any.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a ambulance at the end of my road, an ambulance bay, so I can get there too for any critical stuff. I do have a doctor's area down almost near my work, so I can get there too.
Now, do you have alternate routes in case one route is cut off?
Yes. I either got my road, there's a road off of my road that can go down into different areas, and I've got the main route too.
Okay,
So
good. Terminator,
but
what
I
about
can even
you?
bike it too.
Well, if there's ever an emergency here, our arena is classified as the safe haven.
Hello.
We have the fire department
What happened?
in town, and I have 5 ways of getting in
Damn
town if I
thing.
have to. I can go by vehicle, I can go by foot, or I can go by boat.
Yeah. That's good. Karen, what about you?
Oh, I'm set, honey. The clinic is 1.5 miles that way. I can walk it on the railroad tracks. I don't even have to go to the road. I can steal the neighbor's ATV. I can jump on the back of my damn horse.
That's right.
1.5 miles. I'm good.
I ain't going no damn doctor.
There you
And
go.
there's a life force. There's a life force pad in town.
Yeah.
We got 3
Mhm.
clinics.
Yeah.
We got an ambulance. It's all
Yeah, we
1
have
mile
all
that
that.
way. I'm within a mile of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have all that.
Tambra, I know you
Yeah, I
just
used
say
to
you
be in
ain't
the
going to the
country, but
doctor.
the city built up
I ain't
around me.
going no damn doctor. I'll take care of myself.
But do you have an emergency outlet if you have to?
Not really. I got my, my first aid kit, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, if I
And I
shot or
know you
something,
being
no.
being a retired EMT, you know how to do a lot. So
Yeah, you can't work on. Sometimes you can't work on yourself though.
that's
On that kind
true.
of stuff. I mean, if it's really serious. I mean, if you got stitches or something like that, or a broke arm, you could probably do that. But
Yeah. Junebug, what about you?
I don't know a damn thing. If I can't call my doctor, they get
call
me
us.
back on video. I'm done.
Yeah. All right. And
Oh
I
boy.
know for me here, I don't know any of the emergency shelters because we never needed them.
We live in one.
You ain't going no damn doctor either.
No, but
There's supposed to be one under every courthouse.
really,
Yes. All government buildings are supposed to have a storm cellar.
huh?
That would be called the
You know,
sub-basement nowadays.
the local. It used to be Bed Bath and Beyond, but it went out of business. But their bathrooms, the men and women's bathroom in there, were the tornado shelters. Even said on the bathroom door, tornado shelters.
I
Yeah.
never did that.
Huh.
Yeah.
In Mulberry, it's at the elementary school.
Which elementary?
At the Purcell Elementary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, most schools have a storm
Yeah,
shelter.
they have one that goes up under the gym.
Huh.
But I don't know where Bartow's is.
Ours is it used to be the high school. Now it's the elementary or the middle school. But it's a split level. Part of it, the cafeteria and stuff, is in the side of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So technically it's below ground. And you literally have to drive a hill to drive
He
up and
brought beer
around.
yesterday. He
Oh,
brought,
wow.
yes, he did. I saw him. I watched him.
It's
I was in the garden when he
that's a
carried it
storm
over.
shelter. If
Well,
there's
I'm
a
gonna have to
tornado
jump
or
off of
something.
here because
Huh?
I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Man.
Do what?
I gotta get up. I gotta run kids to school and run my daughter to work
Oh, okay.
in the morning. So I'm gonna jump off of here and catch you the next night.
All right.
I got 2 more days of running these little brats to school.
All
That's
right,
it.
Jim Bug. Thanks
All
for
right, love
joining.
you.
Love
Bye.
ya. Bye.
Bye.
Yep. So that was All Americans Aunt.
All Americans Aunt. Junebug.
Yeah.
Hubby was asking.
She was his mom was the oldest, and then June was the youngest. And then he has another aunt in between the two of them.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So he had nothing but aunts, no uncles. Except for who they ever married. But okay. So let's go on.
Question.
Probably sleeping.
All right. Next scenario. Natural and man-made disasters. Oh, I like how this one's. The world changed forever on April 22nd, 2032, when the sun eliminated a giant solar flare that engulfed the Earth for 2 consecutive days. all electrical systems worldwide were short-circuited in seconds, including anything that had electricity flowing through it. What would be the best area of your country to be in if the Earth were to be hit by the solar flare that destroyed all electrical power grids worldwide? What would life look like after this event? Shannon, what do you think?
It's either the Amish or the Mennonite, the ones that the horse and buggies.
Yeah.
I think you'd see a lot more of those back on the streets.
Oh,
We'd
yeah.
have to barter for buggies and horses. Because nobody has those other than those guys.
Bicycles.
I got a horse.
Yeah, I got a horse.
I don't.
But
bicycle?
before you go for the horse and buggy, I'm telling you, it'd be bicycles.
I got a bicycle.
Yeah.
So do I.
And they'll be pulling little cart. You
I
can
got
buy
feet.
You can buy them with the little hitch and the little cart behind them.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I got
Those are
feet.
all over the
I
place.
can walk.
Mine's an industrial
actually-
tricycle.
I actually got my mother-in-law's tricycle with the basket
Yeah.
on the back.
Yeah, I got one of them too. It's an industrial tricycle.
I've been looking for one, but I can't find the adult sized around here.
I'm
Um,
And I don't
on
want to
the
order online.
Facebook.
she
Facebook.
ordered it online.
Yeah, that's what
You
I'm afraid
can.
I'm going to have to do. I was going to get one with the electric assist pedals.
Yeah,
Oh,
It still
okay.
works if the electric goes out.
That'd
It
be
just
nice.
doesn't have that little assist.
Yes.
Karen, what are you drinking tonight?
But ice.
I'm drinking a Smirnoff Ice
Robin,
orange
is it Smirnoff?
orange cream pop. Since I don't have to work tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Terminator, what would you do? What would life look like after this event of the great
With all the power grid and everything going down, it wouldn't bother me. I haul my water the old way, just like back in the day. I do everything like right now. If I had all this, it wouldn't bother me if I lost it all. Wouldn't bother me at all. When the hydro goes out and everything, except for we run the generator because I have incubators going. Other than that, I'm trying to train my hens now. I'm trying to get a broody hen, and then all my turkeys, my ducks, everything are all hatching. Everything natural. It would not bother me just to live the old way. That's always been my dream. No power at all.
Yep. There you go. Karen, what about you?
Damn it. Stupid shit.
I'm sad.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm
can hear you
sad.
again.
And the safest place to be in that situation
We
is,
did not.
Darn shit.
what do I always
I
say?
couldn't give that.
A cave.
Thank you.
Yep.
We did not.
Because the solar flare or whatever that's going to cook our asses
Yeah.
can quite literally do that. Anything on the surface, it
That's
can.
strawberry.
I know.
Crap. Yeah.
I mean, the Carrington event only lasted for a few seconds. You said it would last for 2 days.
Yes.
That means it's going to kill a lot of shit on the surface. You're better off underground where the
We
Yep.
don't have any underground here.
and take your animals with you. If it's only for a couple of days, just load everything up on hand dollies. During the Depression, you see pictures all the time. Everybody had everything they owned in a wheelbarrow.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Mhm.
several. And laundry carts.
All of my wheelbarrows have flats on them.
Now, see, when mine gets a flat, I go get the hard tires that you don't have to air up.
And actually, we have around here, we have the wheelbarrow, the wooden part and all that is actually, the basket is off of the handles and the tire. It's completely, sun rotted it or whatever.
I got one of those big wagons though. The
Yeah.
tires don't go fast.
And
yet.
push comes to shove, all you have to do is take your little wheelbarrow frame
Mm-hmm.
and some nice screws and mount you a tote. A plastic tote will work.
Yep. Yep.
And then boom, you got a wheelbarrow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I see them rope 55-gallon drums to hand dollies.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, it's doable. You'll be able to get around and everything. And the best place you want to be to survive is this deep underground. If you've got a basement, go camp in the basement for a couple of days. If you have a sub ground level in your apartment building or your parking garage, just go sleep down there in your car for a couple of days. Just get below the surface until the heat dissipates.
We're
Yeah.
screwed here. We ain't got no basements.
Adobe is a great, wonderful thing.
A what?
Adobe,
Oh.
We'd have to have
like the
sump pumps here.
floorboards are made out of. There's a reason they were made like they were. They were made like they were. They had over a 50-year drought that ended up killing all the plants around and turning it to desert, and that's why they left.
Well, in Florida and Texas, we would have to have sump pumps because the water would be seeping.
I'm saying you don't have to go below ground if you can build a thick enough shelter
Above
over you.
ground?
Yeah, the walls just have to be like a foot thick.
Okay.
You take and make a room out of cinder block and shade the top. You walk in there, it's a cave. I mean, it's a freaking cave, especially if you line in between with sand and stuff. Throw in some rebar to hold it all together. And then you can actually put chicken wire. You can make like a dome and put chicken wire over it and put dirt and have the chicken wire hold the dirt and then plant grass over it.
Yeah.
Like the old sod houses.
Like an old root cellar.
Yeah, but she's saying she can't dig, but no, you don't have to dig. You can actually build it above ground. You can make the walls thick enough.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
Mr. Terminator said he lived, and I know for a fact they lived the old ways. They never had hydro. They to keep all their meat and all that stuff, and they had they took and built a root cellar, but they didn't dig underground. They built the ground over it.
You could take an old worn out deep freezer.
Yep.
Cover it with cardboard and plastic, put it on the shady side of your house, and then boom, you have a root cellar.
Yep.
And as long as the sun isn't hitting it directly, it will stay cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how they used to keep their, they used to keep their food, their meat, and that cool. They used in the winter. They used to go take a team of horses on the lake, cut ice, bring ice back, and wrap it in sawdust because ice don't melt in sawdust. It acts as an insulation, and that's how they used to keep their root cellars cool.
And then they kept that ice in either like caves or if they had an underground facility, they could do that. Train tunnels that weren't being used.
There's ways of doing it.
During the summertime, they would cut blocks. You ever see a picture of the little kid carrying a block of ice home?
Yeah.
Yep. Ice chest, that was their refrigeration.
Yeah.
They would go every day and get a huge block of ice to put in a cooler, and they put it in the top because cold air goes down, and they put all the food under it.
Nice.
Yeah, they did that in the beginning of Frozen with Kristoff.
Yes, they did. I was thinking the same thing.
I never watched Frozen. It's a little young for me.
It was
like you said, Karen.
Frozen came out when my grandgirls were little, so we watched Frozen like 1,000 times. So yeah, I actually do have that DVD too myself.
Have you seen the dirty version of it?
No,
Well, you should try. You should
I
Google
don't
it.
think I
Did you
want
see that,
to.
YouTube it. YouTube
Look
it.
at what Boat said
She
about
asked
the
me
moonshine.
the dirty version of it. My husband started laughing. Have you, baby? He said he don't
Have
know,
you
but
ever
he could
done a
find it.
snowman?
So, yeah, I'm tempted to open my moonshine too.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Oh, you
eating strawberry cheesecake.
Look that up, babe.
Oh, yummy.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
and
Get some
Shannon are
moonshine
talking
there
about
for ya.
moonshine and vodka and all like that.
Oh, you mean
All right.
like this?
A
Yes.
pint would be good. That's not near enough.
Is that you again?
It's
I
not
know,
near
that's
enough,
Bacardi.
Terminator. Yeah,
Well,
I'm
there's
drinking
that
Bacardi now
one.
too.
And
Not
then
near
there's
enough,
this
though.
one. Another type of vodka. These are the ones I
No,
want at
Bacardi
Easter.
is not vodka. Bacardi is rum. You got to
Yeah.
know your liquor.
Oh, do I have rum? Let me see. Do I
Bacardi,
have
yeah,
rum?
Bacardi. Hey, Bacardi is
Party
rum.
hardy.
Bacardi is rum. Hello.
I
Go,
like my
this is what
Zambuca.
I have.
Bacardi is rum.
What you ladies want? I got it all.
We're just gonna
And
drink. We're just
this
gonna
is
come to your house.
snickerdoodle moonshine.
Yeah.
I got
We're all
one
going
giant,
to Karen's house.
baby, I got a fully stocked wet bar.
Moonshine.
I call it my retirement fund. Because when things get bad,
Thank you,
people
sweetheart. That was delicious.
engage in behaviors that make them feel better. So smoking
Right.
goes up, drinking goes up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you save a 25-year-old bottle of bourbon for another 50 years, you can auction it off for high dollar. So I call
yeah.
it a retirement fund.
What about the mimosa tincture?
What do you mean?
What about the
You can actually make
mimosa tincture? Hello.
you can make a drink out
I
of
can't
it.
hear me, can you?
You can make
Yeah,
alcohol.
we can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear. We can hear
Yeah.
Go
you.
away again. Oh crap! What happened? Did I go away again?
You went away for
No.
a second.
Somebody actually made the moonshine
Hello.
for Joel and gave him a jar for it.
Hello.
His birthday.
We can
Hey,
hear you.
Kimber.
And
We
she's
can hear
back.
you.
Mine just quits every now and then. I can't hear anybody.
Huh.
No, what I do is I take some cheap, nasty vodka and I take fruit and sugar and I make it into the best damn thing you
Brandy.
could possibly imagine.
Brandy.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to do the next scenario.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay. Let her rip.
New American Civil War. On May 25th, 2032, your militant unit suffers a catastrophic loss during a gun battle against an enemy militant group. As the leader of the unit, you must decide your fate and those of your ones you lead. Do you fight to the death, potentially costing the lives of your men and women, or surrender, risking torture and humiliation, but possibly saving your people? Karen, what would you do?
Fight to the death.
Repeat that.
Okie dokies. The question or everything?
All of it. I got dogs running around my feet. They distracted me.
Yeah, that's easy to do. On May 25th, 2032, your militant unit suffers a catastrophic loss during a gun battle against an enemy militant group. As the leader of the unit, you must decide your fate and those of the ones you lead. Do you fight to the death, potentially costing the lives of your men and women, or surrender, risking torture and humility, but possibly saving your people?
Okay.
I order a retreat and I run like fucking hell.
Yeah.
There's no need to be stupid about it. If it's unwinnable, why are you going to stay and fight to the death?
Yeah.
That's true.
Or why are you going to surrender if you have even a small tunnel of possibility for freedom? No, you're going to fucking turn around and run. They want to take me prisoner, they got to take me prisoner.
Yeah.
We got to catch you first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run, boys, run.
Yep.
Terminator.
A lot of caves to hide.
Yes. Terminator. Goat put another Civil War win and make Miss Terminator president of the USA.
Yeah, I'll go for that. We need to give her a gun, though. Some guns, and some shovels.
Tamper, though, in that situation, what would you do? Would you surrender, or would you fight, potentially costing the lives of your men and women? Or, like Karen said,
Never surrender. Never surrender.
No, but you can turn around and run like hell.
You can run like hell, and then if they come after you, you whoop their asses.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And Goat said, or Goat even said, Wolverines.
Wolverines, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that movie.
That was a good show. The second one, you probably don't even know it, Ashley.
I've watched the first and the second one.
Okay.
I like both of them, actually.
The first one's the best
I've
one.
never watched them. I don't watch movies.
Okay, it's Red Dawn. You can find it on YouTube.
You need to watch it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah, we talked about that before, and
great show.
I looked it up. I think my son has the movie. They're supposed to lend it to me.
Okay.
Patrick
Yeah,
Swayze's
Patrick Swayze's in the first one.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
I actually
wasn't bad, but yeah, Patrick nailed
You
the
just
first
like the
one.
guy in the second one. You didn't like. You
know what? When an actor or an actress, when they do the very first sequel, it's always top notch. Then when somebody makes, like, you take True Grit, it was done with
Right.
John Wayne and all them. But you know what? It was, and Glenn Campbell. It was done good. But then when they made the second one with Beau Bridges or whatever his name is, it was
good show too.
totally different and stupid.
It was good, but it was not John Wayne.
No,
I think
it wasn't
I
done right.
prefer it when they tweak it and change it a little bit than when they make a mockery out of a complete remake.
Yeah.
Like the new Snow Whites
Yeah.
and stuff, like the new Disney movies that they're
Okay. Terminator. What would you do in that situation? Would you fight?
Oh, I'd be like Karen. I would turn around and run like hell.
Yeah.
They'd have to catch me and find me.
Shannon?
I do the same, but I have the armor of God on to help protect me and my other soldiers so we can get away.
Yeah. Did I circle?
and a few tear gas grenades wouldn't hurt.
There you go. That would help a lot.
Yeah.
Drop as you run.
Yep.
Mix bleach and ammonia.
Did y'all
Go their way.
Did y'all hear that?
No, we
What?
can't say anything on the live anymore. Remember?
What'd you say? What'd he say?
Oh. Is
What'd
that
you say?
I think so.
What?
May and just not say what it is.
Yeah, we didn't use the B word.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
But you can
Okay.
Mix bleach and ammonia and run like hell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoops.
Mustard gas.
Oh, that was actually I heard of somebody actually cleaning, doing some deep cleaning, and they actually did that in a house in the bathroom. And yeah,
That stuff will explode.
yeah,
Explode?
they okay, maybe it wasn't that. There was something else that they did a mixture of, and it was a gas, and they almost passed out because of it.
Ammonia and bleach, mustard gas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will make you pass out.
Yeah.
Can't breathe.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
All right. So now we got World War III. You and your group have taken shelter in an underground bunker during a nuclear winter on February 12th, 2030. In the midst of World War III, suddenly the bunker's air filter system breaks down and the air becomes toxic. Your group figures out how to fix it, but it will take some time. You have a limited supply of oxygen tanks, but there are more people in your group than tanks. Everyone wants to live, but 3 people will perish due to the lack of oxygen. Whom do you choose to save and whom do you sacrifice for the greater good? How do you justify your decision? Let's start with Tambra.
Well, my lungs are already bad as it is, so I will go for it. I mean, I won't take the oxygen. I'll let somebody else have it.
My thought also is for the older, but one thing is they have a lot of Go ahead.
They have more knowledge.
Yes. So it's like, hurry up and put all your knowledge on paper about good things that we need to know. And then it, okay. That was my thought.
I will sacrifice myself, first of all.
Yeah.
Because my lungs are bad anyhow, and it's not going to be good for me.
Karen, what about you?
Oh, I let them have it, and then I try to fashion my own.
There you go.
Out of your clothing, out of your socks, out of moss off a tree, anything to make the filter to protect yourself.
Yeah.
You have to raid the grill for charcoal.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Yeah.
I can make a hazmat suit out of duct tape and trash bags, so I wouldn't even let them waste it on. It's not that I would give up and say, all right, I'm going to die here. I'm making a noble sacrifice. Hell no, I'm going to fight to live. I'm going to use the knowledge I got to try to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be better if we were, even if it may never happen, no matter what, but we were prepared for that and have that prepped?
Did you not see what I showed on screen the other night?
What?
My respirator masks and stuff I have stashed for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got respirator masks too. I don't have a Class C suit or anything like that though.
See, I think a lot of these questions are for dumb city people who aren't prepared. Not all of them, but a lot of them. A lot of them are for apartment dwellers who have never heard of having a fully stocked first aid kit. They got that little Johnson & Johnson thing they bought at the damn pharmacy,
and
their asses is done.
Yeah.
So that's what that question would be for. Because those of us are here is, hell no, we're not going to take a mask from somebody else. But we're not going to give it up either.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'd make sure that whoever was in my group or my family or whatever it was, there'd be enough for everybody. And 1 or 2 extra just in case of emergency.
And then also make sure you have something that fits kids too.
And dogs. Yep. And dogs. They do have them for dogs.
Yep.
I don't have them for little dogs, but they got them for dogs. German Shepherds.
Yeah. Shannon, in that situation, what would you do?
Well, if somebody knows how to fix the ventilation, I'd get them right on it.
Yeah. But it will take some time. So Who knows how long it will take, but until then, you have people that need oxygen because it's down.
I would get some of the older folks to write down their knowledge, and it's like, I'm sorry, but the younger ones have to live. The Lord knows that
Go to
you've
something
done your
else.
job.
Y'all keep
Well,
saying
and
older folks, older folks. Anybody know what to do with a plastic paint tarp and a oxygen tank?
Nope.
no.
You make a bubble room.
It's
You put the
like a hot
oxygen
air
tank
balloon,
in
right?
there.
But you turn it into a bubble room.
You turn it into a
Oh,
bubble room with
cool.
an oxygen tank, and you just barely open it to keep the room oxygenated.
Oh,
But you make a complete
Yep.
bubble room. So
well,
nobody
that's
thinks
neat.
outside the box no more.
Yeah.
And I do have extra
No, because they've got the government.
downstairs with the old folks.
So, baby. What's wrong?
Because nowadays the government's got everybody thinking one specific way, and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have spare plastic tarp always. I use it to cover my greenhouse. I use it for a ton of shit. The large
Yep.
industrial size trash bags, the really thick 6 mil ones. I can use them for all sorts of things. Repair a damn umbrella. More than
Yep.
just bagging trash. And yeah, you can make a bubble room with some plastic and some oxygen tanks, and then nobody has to have a mask.
Yeah. Go.
That's right.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, so everybody answered that one, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Twice.
Okay, I thought so.
Well, a new thought popped in my head, man. Y'all shouldn't do that to me.
Oh. Does it go?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep. All right, let me see what number I'm on. 13.
I call it not good night.
Okay, did you know that? That and rubbing alcohol and bleach make that?
What does that do? Does it explode?
No.
Chloroform.
It's
Uh-oh.
what they used to use to put you to sleep before surgery.
What happened to
Chloroform.
Terminator?
Uh-oh.
Well,
I was just getting on to go
where'd she
do
go?
another one.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
Chloroform on a handkerchief makes you a pedophile in the making. It's what they also use to slap over children's faces, so they just go to sleep and then they pick them up, put them over their shoulder, and carry them out of the mall like it's their own kid.
Mm.
You need to go, son. You need to go, Titi. You need to go, son.
Yeah. All right. So next one is religion. On November 23rd, 2031. Oh, hold on. Terminator's coming back on.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go, Terminator?
I'm here.
Hold on.
Hello. Sorry, I hit the wrong button.
I was wondering what happened. All right. So we're going to do another one, religion. On November 23rd, 2031, you encounter a large, well-equipped religious community that offers to take in women and children from your group, but not the men. As the group leader, do you
Sounds like a good group to me.
do you split up your group, ensuring safety for some, or keep everyone together, facing the harsh environment? Shannon, what do you think?
Sorry.
Well, I wouldn't split my group up because I don't know what kind of religious leader this is.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, but I would rather have all my people together instead of separate. because you don't know what kind of religious leader it is. They could be your people could be brainwashed or whatnot into believing what that religious leader says other than you.
No. Karen?
Well, if you're leading a group, you have to discuss it with the group. Always. Otherwise, you're not a leader, you're a dictator.
Yeah.
And personally, I would actually send scouts in the other 3 direction. And then, depending on how the vote goes, split or not split, depending on what they decide.
Yeah.
But I would definitely send scouts out to get the word out, to let other people know before I face the situation.
Hello, I missed that. I'll be damned. This mother.
I said I would send out scouts.
Yes. Okay.
And then let the rest of the group decide what they wanted to do. Split up or stick together. Take a vote.
Yeah.
It's a democracy, not a dictatorship, right?
Yep.
Tambra.
I agree with Karen.
Yeah. Terminator?
Well, I have my own beliefs. I wouldn't follow anybody. The only one that I follow is God and Jesus. And I don't believe in going in a church or in a building or anything to have to. Mine is the earth. I go out. If I had my family or my group, if I had to have a group with me or whatever, I would sit down and discuss it with them and see how they feel, what they think. But for me personally, I wouldn't be getting involved with any church leader or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Because God is in each and every one of us. And he loves each and every one of us.
Yep.
Between mosquitoes and spiders tonight.
I like the also about what Karen was saying. As a group, one thing, make a decision.
I mean, if you have a 50-50 vote, one says join the church, one says no, the group's going to split up.
Yes. Yeah.
But it would be their decision, not mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't make that decision for the group. It has to be done together.
Yes.
Now, as for me, no, I ain't going to do it. I done set my 3 men in the other 3 directions to tell everybody in the world what was going on. I will not bend the knee.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next one. Pandemic. On March 22nd, 2032, in post-pandemic, you're a militant member tasked with maintaining order. You receive intelligence about a rogue government agent assisting an enemy faction in exchange for resources. Do you capture the rogue agent, potentially losing those resources and damaging morale, or turn a blind eye to ensure resource stability?
I don't know.
You got to go with resource stability, at least in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Because that affects more than just you.
Mm-hmm.
As far as turning a blind eye, I might give them a few pointers if they came looking. I'm not going to volunteer, but I'm not going to hinder the investigation either.
Yeah.
I just wait for them to come to me. But it's like when the market crashes, or when they have a panic on Wall Street over bullshit, and people lose their ever-loving minds and they lose everything they own through rash decisions and panic buying.
Mm-hmm.
So you want stability You got to keep your mouth shut. You cannot scream it out before they're ready to hear it.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
it does. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Shannon.
So do I.
Yeah, same as Karen.
Yeah. I kind of actually asked Karen first because of the
explanation you was going to
Because
get.
of her knowledge.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Look at what happened in 01.
Yeah, y'all sitting there. I know a lot of shit. It's true. Okay, very high IQ. But a minute ago, y'all were playing musical screens, and I forgot at least half your names.
Love it.
Yeah, because look at what happened in 01.
Happens.
That the market crashed because of what happened in 01.
And
Mm-hmm.
do you know how many people lost their
Everybody was in a
401ks when the
panic.
market do that? They lose
Oh,
their
yeah.
401ks. They lose their.
They lose their minds because they got no money.
Yep.
Their investments.
Eventually, it's going to be that way anyhow. You're going to have what you have.
And this is a commodity they can't take.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
And
actually
how to outsmart them is payment enough for me.
Yeah. And that's actually one thing is I like all of us when whoever is saying their goodbyes also on prepping and stuff is prepping knowledge.
Yep.
I like that as well because knowledge is everything. If you know something and it goes a long way, especially if you can actually do what you have learned.
And I do take to heart to learn something new every day. You stop learning, your brain starts to rot.
Yeah.
Yep.
A muscle like any other. You got to use it.
Yep.
Sounds like that.
Can never learn enough. You never know everything.
Like I learned a better way to make wild lettuce.
All right, I gotta go.
Today.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on.
A way to
gotta
make
go
it more pure
outside.
and more strong.
We gotta go outside.
Just takes a little longer.
Yeah.
Come on, babies.
And that is most people when they make wild lettuce tincture, they boil it, right?
Yeah.
No, you want to dry it,
That-
crumble it up,
Come on, babies.
pour alcohol over it. I prefer Everclear, 190 proof,
Yeah.
and leave it in there for 5 or 6 days. Pour enough alcohol to just cover it. That alcohol is going to turn the most bright green you've ever seen in your life. Then,
Yeah, but if you boil anything like that, if you boil it, you're taking all the nutrients out of it.
yeah, you're not boiling it. You're dehydrating it first. You're drying it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, anybody.
You're sucking that lactose out, and you need it. So you
That's
do
what
it
I'm
in
saying.
alcohol. You do it in alcohol.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't you do all your tinctures in alcohol?
No, this is not just tincture. This is for the pure syrup. You have to condition the plant matter with alcohol first. It's a more pure.
Yeah.
And it gets out more of the good stuff. And the plants don't soak up alcohol. They still stay stiff and crispy, not like water. But the color leaches out, which is all the good stuff leaching out. Then you weigh it out, measure it out. Oh yeah, and cap it. Cap it for those 5 days. You don't want that alcohol to evaporate. Okay? And then after 5 days, you put it in a pot and you add an equal amount of water. Like if you had 2 cups of juice, then you would have 2 cups of water. And I put mine in a crock pot. You never, ever, ever want it to boil. If it boils, you lose potency. So the lowest setting on your stove, the very lowest setting, you want it to steam, maybe even slightly simmer You do not want it to boil. And you're going to reduce it by half. Mostly you're burning off the alcohol. You're evaporating off the alcohol.
Yeah.
So 2 cups of the alcohol mix, 2 cups of water. Stir it every couple of hours. It only takes 2 or 3 hours to do it, to reduce it again. Then you strain it, squeeze every last freaking bit you can get out, right? Put it back in the pot. Same thing. Turn the pot on low, 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 not more than a slight simmer, and evaporate it down, evaporate it down, evaporate it down. I use a crock pot on high with the lid off. And and then when it gets thick and syrupy, I mean really thick and syrupy and clumpy, rehydrate it with water just enough to get it liquidy and rolling smooth again. Pour it on a dehydrator pad. And when you dehydrate it down, it's like fruit leather. It's sticky.
Okay. Yeah.
Like fruit leather. It just pulls right off. Roll it up.
Yeah.
Weigh it. See how much that ball is. Then you put it in a jar, and you put twice as much 100 proof alcohol in it. And it'll rehydrate, it'll melt back into that 100 proof alcohol, and that's your tincture, and that's shelf stable.
Sorry, we had to go outside.
Oh, it's okay.
I know it seems like a lot of work, but it's really not, because it spends most of its time in a crock pot on low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you can pour it off and do that after one day, but I like to leave it in the alcohol, the first alcohol. I like to leave it the full 5 days and make sure every little bit comes out. Because I can just feel my grandma hit me in the back of the head with her wooden spoon, yelling at me if it's not worth doing unless you do it right. That's how you win the blue ribbons at the fair. She won every blue ribbon she could.
All right. We got economic collapse. In 1989, in the fall of communism in the Eastern Europe led to to the market economy in the countries like Romania. You're a Romanian factory manager, and the government is privatizing your factory. You have inside information that the new owner plans to lay off most of your workforce. You can warn your employees, giving them a chance to find new jobs, but doing so could jeopardize your own position. Do you inform your workers or protect your career? Shannon?
I would have to inform my workers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody should have that situation happen to them.
Yeah, would you try to do it secretly? So not trying to not risk your own career?
Yeah. But if I had to risk it, I would risk it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I would rather be free and have nothing than be enslaved.
Yeah.
So I'd tell as many people as I could. And then skedaddle to the mountains.
That's actually happened to me.
Yeah.
And there's a number on the wall. Everywhere you work, there's a number near the office on the wall, 1-800, my boss is being a dick. And you call and report them. It's anonymous. They give you a case number. They investigate. It's separate from the company. The company that you work for does not control them. And Yeah, I've done it. Wounded Warriors Project. My kid was in the reserves. He was overseas. They were supposed to hold his job and they didn't. They made it mandatory that we not just ask for the charity, you know, with every purchase, would you like to donate $1 to the charity? They demanded we get a set amount of money, which they cannot do, or lose our jobs. And they would yell at you because they were taking the money and they were going to the damn tropics and vacationing on the charity money that was supposed to go to charity. And I found out about it. And he cussed me out because I just quit asking. I refused to ask. I went in the office. I wrote that number down. I walked out the door. I clocked out. I walked outside. I dialed that number. I filed the complaint. 2 weeks later, I was told that I had not lost my job. I could come back to work if I want to. And everybody got fired. The manager, everything from the district manager, the regional manager, and the board of CEOs. Everybody got fired.
Dang.
So yes, I have done it. And loud about it too. There is no hiding it. I wasn't ashamed of it. I let everybody know. I'm going home, but this is not the last you heard of me. I done turned your ass in, and I walked on out the door. I'm not backing down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would tell everybody loudly, including the customers.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Tambra, what about you?
It's a litigious society, and there's such a
everybody, and if I, you know, that's the only fair thing to do. If I lost my job, I lost my job. What can I say?
You were looking for one when you found that one, right?
Exactly. You got to be fair about it.
Oh yeah, I like it, bud.
Terminator.
I got it.
Yep. I would tell, you know what? It's not fair for stupidity. And if I would be just the same. I would tell everybody because the uppers are stupid. I would be letting them, all the workers know, and then I would be broadcasting it. I've done it before. I would broadcast it. If I lost my job, there's always another one down the road.
Don't worry about the food. I'll put it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. See, I had this one job. I used to clean and repair bunker gear for United States and Canada, and the husband and wife team that had the company and hired me. I was there 3.5 years. Then they brought the mother-in-law in, the husband's mother, and while they were on the road selling fire trucks and stuff, she was running the business. Well, I did everything. I did the banking. I did everything. So I knew what was going on in and out, but I wasn't getting a paycheck. So after 3 months, I kept fighting for my paycheck. And then after 3 months, I wrote them a nice little letter, put the fee and everything, because I used to open up in the mornings and everything. And I set it on their desk. I walked out the back door because I locked the front door in front of me, walked out the back door because it automatically locked, went down the hallway. My husband was waiting in the car, jumped in the car, and I went to work with him. And that's because I gave them my notice. And then I had to fight them. And I had to go to the labor board to fight them to get my paycheck, what they owed me. And then I had to get the labor board involved. And then I just broadcasted the way they were, the way they, like, the work and everything was on hand and good quality work and everything, but management was the shit. And I didn't care who I told. I broadcasted it. I was working that same day at a new job. I was mixing cement and learned my husband teaching me, because he was a retired stonemason, and he was building fireplaces and everything, and he was teaching me how to split stone with a hammer and a chisel the old way.
Alrighty. New one. Hey. Terrorism, violence, and thought crimes. On the morning of July 4th, 2027, the nation faces an cyber attack on the power grid, plugging the entire city into darkness. As chaos ensures, you find yourself working as a director of facilities in a hospital where the backup generators have failed, and you must decide whether to prioritize the needs of patients on life support or those in the maternity ward. How would you handle this? The maternity ward?
Okay.
How would you handle this impossible choice knowing that lives hang in the balance? Tambra, what would you do?
Shoot, I don't know. I guess I would probably let the babies live.
Yeah. The new mamas and the babies?
Yeah, I don't. That'd be hard to do. The hard thing to
Yeah.
do.
Because you have the mommies and babies or the people that's on life support.
Right.
Well,
The mama's
Terminator,
it's not gonna take.
Oh, go ahead, Tambra.
No, go ahead. It's not gonna take that much for the babies and such. Shouldn't.
Well, it depends on if some of the babies in the maternity ward are on like those
Life support.
incubator
You're
things.
right. You're right. I don't know. That'll be a really hard one to do.
Yeah.
Probably the babies. Take care of the babies.
Terminator, what would you do?
Well, I would talk with the families, to the ones that are on the life support, explain to them that, because if they're on life support, or if they're going to be on, you don't know how long they're going to be on life support.
Mm-hmm.
If their health is that bad at that age. But if you've got an infant that's on life support, then you've got the same thing. How long are they going to be on life support? But the infant has more of a chance of living than an adult that's on life support, that's going out. I don't know. I would not know what to do in that decision, because I'd want to save them all. I would do something to save them all. I would work on something. I'm not mechanically, electrically. I know it's about electricity and stuff. If there was no grid or anything, I'd find a way if I could. But I wouldn't know. If we had to make that decision, I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah. Shannon?
Because I'd want to save them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm with Terminator. I'd want to save them all too, because that's definitely a hard choice. Because you never know if the babies are in NICU or if they're just in the nursery, and you don't know how long people are gonna live. If they're on that respirator, that's like you could take them off to see how long, but then you got to the families have got to make that choice. But I would not want to make that choice for anybody.
Yeah.
No.
Karen.
Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, knowing how hospitals work. First off, moms with new babies, as long as they're healthy, I was in and out in 23 hours.
Yeah.
Literally, 23 hours. They didn't want to keep you the full day.
No, they don't keep you very long.
Yeah, they don't. They don't nowadays.
I would have to say it would be a toss-up between ICU and NICU, and you'll have to red dot, yellow dot, white dot them, which is a way of triaging how close they are to death.
Yeah.
Red dot's going to die. Yellow dot in the middle of the road. White dot gets to live. And you group those patients together.
Yeah. It's actually why I saved you for last on that.
That's the way you do that on like when you go into a emergency situation.
Yeah.
Yes, triage is just a different type. In an emergency, it's who's hurt the worst, right?
You have to tag them.
But something like that, it's who's closest to death. You got to let them go. You got to
Yeah.
keep the ones who have a chance at a decent life.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a cruel, hard decision to make, but it has to be made. That's number one, which is why they don't let doctors work on their own family. And and you're going to catch flack no matter what happens. You're going to catch flack, but that's the only truly fair way to do it is to death triage them.
I like, yeah.
And then as far as the NICU, ICU, you just bring the NICU baby stuff into the ICU if you can only keep one room going.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not
Just
sweating
like
the new moms so much as like preemie moms. How premature is it?
Yeah.
If it's only a few weeks and it's just, in the incubator to get that last half pound of meat on its bones and probably go home, I'm not going to sweat it.
Mm-hmm.
If it was maybe had a heart murmur or something and had just had surgery, has a chance, then yeah, I'd put the resources towards it. You got to triage them.
Yeah.
it's a hard decision, but it's got to be
It is,
done.
but the 78-year-old who's got 7 stents in his heart, whose family is wailing outside the door.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he's not the chosen one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No. He's lived his life.
You got to go for the younger ones first, and the ones that have the most chance of a successful recovery.
Survival. Yeah.
All right. Next card is government. On December 13th, 2027, the government has imposed a strict one-child policy to control the population. Your spouse is secretly pregnant with your second child. And now, actually, for all of us women, we are secretly pregnant with the second child. And you must decide, do you risk hiding the pregnancy and facing severe consequences if discovered, or to comply with the government's policy knowing that it will result in the loss of your unborn child? What do you do?
I don't know.
I know years ago they used to do.
I can't
back
answer
in the
that.
70s.
You'll have to go ask the people in China.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Karen, because back in the 70s, if when a couple had a child, if the child was not a male, they took the female child as soon as it's born and they threw them in garbage cans to let them die. I saw a video on it. It had to be a boy.
That's
so they could put it in the army.
They're what?
Pretty much doing that in India now.
Oh, he said they're doing pretty much that in India now.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, they should have done that years ago. I wish they'd do it with the Pakistanis that are here in Canada, because they're having 10, 12 kids.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to take over Canada.
They're not. China made a mistake. Their one child only law, they carried it on about 20 years to carry it on for like 10, 12 years, that was fine. But they carried it on for well over 30 years. And now they have no next generation. Every child in China, every true child in China has 6 grandparents.
Sad story.
And in America and France and most industrialized nations, we're not breeding at a rate fast enough to keep the population going. And with all the baby boomers dying and they outnumber the babies being born, our population is going down. Every population is going down.
That's what they want.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Except places like Mongolia. Technically, they're part of China, but they're so rural. And yes,
rural.
Thank you. My R is broken. They have a nomadic lifestyle they're nowhere near the government and the big cities or anything. I mean, they're like, the Plains Indians used to be. And they just didn't tell anybody. If the government inspector came around, they just hit them somewhere.
Yeah.
Brought them back out when the inspector was gone.
Screw
And
the
they
government. There you go.
they average 3 or 4 kids.
Come on, baby girl.
And by killing all the female babies, that was another dumb bullshit move, because now
Yeah.
the men they have no wives.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they got to go resource out to other places.
Oh, they're coming
Stupid
to
people
America.
shouldn't
They want
breed.
Chinese American women of pure descent. They will pay you to come over there, marry somebody, and start popping out some babies.
Damn.
But American women are used to working and having their own money and everything else, and the Chinese women too, to an extent, because in the late 70s, the Chinese women entered the workforce. Now that they've been working and not allowed to have babies for so long, they don't want to give it up. They don't want to give up their independence.
Yep.
Do you blame them?
Nope.
And then also those other women that are vain and don't want what having children does to their body. Especially, I know I watched this one lady and
I popped out 12 kids and put an orphanage sign on the front of my house.
I love tiger stripes on.
Oh. He's like, I love tiger stripes on women.
Just get dogs. Don't worry about kids.
Yeah. But also, though, I mean, yeah.
I love my kids.
My
Both
kids
of them.
hate me, so screw my kids.
I loved my kids so much they made me want more, but I didn't want to have more kids. So adoption is always
Yeah, we're
an
smart.
because I got 12 fucking kids now.
12? Oh my God, girl.
2 bios, 3 adoptees, and 7 fosters.
Damn.
And they all call me Mama Karen.
How many foster animals you got?
Right at the moment or over time? Because right now I could probably tell you at least 40.
There you
Wow.
go.
Perfect.
They love you more than the kids do. I guarantee you that.
Because we got chickens, rabbits, horses, a pig, goats.
A pig.
We have, between us and his parents who live right next door, because it's all one piece of property, we got 6 dogs, 6 or 7 cats. My husband raises snakes.
Ooh.
And rats and mice eat them. There's good money in that.
No snake here.
He raises ball pythons.
I don't care.
So there's good money.
No, thank you.
No, me neither. No snakes, please.
And I have a tortoise.
That's okay. It's not a snake. Not snake.
No venomous snakes though. If he brings, he used to bring home like rattlesnakes and stuff occasionally, but he caught me making earrings out of their fangs and keychains out of their tails, and he quit
The
bringing them home.
pythons they'll squeeze you.
They're not that big. They're 3 to 5 foot long. Now we had a Burmese python for years and years and years, and she got up to about 80 pounds before she died. I will never have another one that big again. Not ever, 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 ever. Although I must say, she guarded the garage of my Harley Davidson well.
No.
Only one person ever tried to steal my motorcycle. He came face to face with her when she was 16 foot long. You never saw him again.
Nope. Never see me again.
You just heard feminine shrieks running up the driveway, 2 o'clock in the morning.
All right. No snakes.
Man.
Yeah, well, that's what they get for trying to steal my motorcycle.
Yeah, it is.
She made a hell. I once took her to work in my car because they had me working in the ghetto.
Yeah.
And the meth heads and the crack addicts were like all over my car, sitting on. I actually had one come in there and ask for my keys because they needed to go to the store and they wanted to use my car.
What?
So the
Oh,
next
no.
day, when I got to work, I let the snake out of the bag I had her in, and I let her crawl around my car all freaking day long. I got off work 8 hours later. There was nobody near my damn car.
I bet not.
There was a black man. He was up in the corner, and when he saw me going for my car, he just fell down on his knees, blubbering and crying and stuff. And I thought he was having a seizure or something. I went running to help, and he was yelling, "Please, lady, don't bring that snake near me. Please, lady, don't bring that snake near me."
I like it.
That's funny.
So
Oh,
they have their
snakes.
purpose.
Sorry, my chick. I got baby chicks in a brooder bin in my bathroom, and they were chirping, so I knew they were out of water and food. They chirp and let me know.
What's wrong?
Yeah, I got some eggs coming for some bourbon red turkeys and some blue slates.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I just hatched miniature whites and two bronze turkeys, and I've got two turkeys sitting on about each. One's got 9 eggs under her, and the other one's got 15 eggs under her.
Wow.
Wow.
And then my mama duck sitting on eggs.
So what was wrong with the chicks?
Well, my friend's just gonna when they have a big old pile, she's just gonna bring them to me, and I'm gonna throw them on my incubator.
Oh yeah, no, Tamara, the chicks they chirp and let me know when their feed dish is empty.
Yeah.
And if their water dish gets dirty, they because they scratch a lot, so I just cleaned it, filled it, and filled up their feeders.
Okay. Yeah, they'll do that. Those little
Well,
turkeys, it sounds a bit different.
Wait a minute, I'll show you one.
okay.
Yep.
They talk to you. I used to talk to them, talk to my little turkeys. I like them. Mine were spoiled rotten. You go outside and I'd say, "Woo, we got turkeys." They'd crawl all up and kind of attack you because I'd always give them bread. So people get scared of that kind of stuff though. They're pretty big
Yeah.
birds.
They
Oh, my
are.
son's friends bring their small children here so they can see the goats and see the chickens.
Yeah, some people don't know that. Don't know how to do that. I mean, don't
This is my
realize.
bronze. That's the
Well,
bronze chick turkey, and then
That's the white.
stop. And that's the little white one. That's the miniature white one, and that one is the bronze. And of course,
They make a
Terminator
certain
sees
noise.
them and wants to eat them. No, they're babies.
They make a
Yeah,
certain
stop
noise.
licking your lips. They're not to eat.
No,
They're
they're not
babies.
bad girl,
See,
Terminator.
they're babies. Yes, they're babies. She's sitting here licking her lips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
well,
thinking they're little nuggets for her.
when they grow
Like
up,
turkey
That's
nuggets.
they'll
not
get
for
after
you.
her.
No. Oh yeah, she's really licking her lips. She's thinking I'm going to give them. She's even putting her paw up on my lap for her treat.
No,
She thinks they're a
no.
treat.
Oh,
But yeah,
Jack
nope.
begs.
That's my bronze. See, that's the bronze.
I like that one.
That's cute.
Yeah, and then that's the
The
miniature
chihuahua-
white.
The
That's the
chihuahuas
miniature
just
white.
look at them and they don't. I mean, we got a little kitten down here that's maybe 3 weeks old.
Mm-hmm.
One had its eyes open for a little over a week, and the chihuahuas run up, sniff it, and then they look at it, and then they go and do their business. Jack, he ran up, he sniffed it, it scratched the crap out of his face because he's so big. Now he won't go near it. He won't. He'll stop and he'll whimper and whine and look at me and look at the kitten and look at me and look at the kitten. But if I take him in the barn, honey, I can't work the rabbits when he's in there. It's his favorite, and I mean his absolute favorite. And if he was to get in the rabbitry room, he would commit a genocide. I mean,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's why I don't have rabbits no more.
I got him. I just got him in a room he can't get into.
Yeah, mine got loose, and so my dogs.
I have mine in the cages in the barn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I got mine hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, and I have mine set up so that everything goes down in the bin, and I just pull the bin out when it's full, and I bag it all. I take it out and I bag it and dry it, and then I've got rabbit manure for a long time.
There you go.
I make rabbit manure tea in the summertime for my fertilizer.
I got some 55-gallon trash bags or trash cans with wheels on the bottom and drainage holes. And we just muck it out once a week. I mean, literally muck it out all the way once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And take it down, pile it out near the goat. Because rabbit poo, you do not have to
Oh, don't have to
compost.
compost it.
Yeah, it can
No,
go
it's you can use it right away.
Yep, and
Put it in
I
hot,
use
yeah.
it in patches to make my garden bigger, little by little. Like I'll do a 3 by 3 foot area every time they do it. It takes a
Oh, yeah,
while,
done. Hey,
and then when I muck the hay and the straw out of the goat's pen, I pile it on top,
Yep. For your
and then I'll put
compost.
another layer of rabbit poo and another layer of straw, and I'll get it about that deep, and I'll leave it for a few months, and then come spring, I don't got to weed, I ain't got to do nothing. I just poke my finger in there and drop a seed. Poke my finger in, drop a seed. There's no weeds or nothing.
Yeah.
It's all smothered out.
Yep.
Well,
And
ladies.
it's in that clay bag to good soil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially with that clay. Yeah.
oh dear.
Well, ladies, it's getting really close to 10 o'clock tonight on the Eastern Standard Time zone.
Yeah.
So,
Not 10, 9 o'clock.
if we're
Okay.
here,
For here, hon. It is
I've been up
almost 10.
since 5, so I'm tired.
yes. All right, so everybody, we're going to say our goodbyes and wrap it up. All right, Tambra,
Yeah. Yeah, what?
say your goodbyes.
Later, guys. Keep prepping. Keep getting ammo. And keep praying.
Yes. Terminator.
Everyone, keep your head on a swivel. Keep your ears and eyes open. Prep. Food. Prep spiritually. Prep all the knowledge you can of everything. Prep physically. Get your body ready for a fight of your life. And everybody stay safe out there and take care.
Things go to shit in America. I'm coming to Canada.
Not, you won't have to worry because if they're really thinking it's really getting strong about Canada being the 51st state of the United States. That's why Trump wanted Carney in. He didn't want the other guy in because apparently behind the scenes, that's what they're signing. They might be signing that Canada becomes the 51st state. So I'm waiting to hear more about it.
So that's what they're saying now, for sure. Damn.
But they're talking
I don't have
about.
any place to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Karen.
If it gets bad in the United States, I may be coming to the 51st state and hiding in your.
You have to. I'll teach you how to take. I'll teach you how to take care of yourself in the cold.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
All right.
I'm bringing my puppies though.
All right, Karen,
Learn
go ahead.
something new every day. Master a new skill each week.
Yes.
Gather all the hard files you can. If you don't have your save to watch later list on your laptop backed up on a thumb drive, you're wrong. Every time you look up a how-to video or a recipe video or whatever it is, and you save it to watch later, save it to a thumb drive.
I agree.
So that if the power goes out, you can still hook up a generator and see your how-to videos.
There you go.
Very smart.
So
right.
back up your knowledge on your computer too. Not just, you have your hard copy books, but let's face it, everybody uses a laptop. Back it up.
Yep.
Okay.
That's smart.
Yep. All right, Shannon.
All right, this is in Matthew 18, verses 19 and 20. If two of you on earth agree about anything they ask for, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there I am, I with them.
Also. Sorry.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, ladies, for joining in on the panel. Everybody in the chat, thank y'all for joining in. Come join us on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be chatting about whatever.
What are we chatting about Thursday?
I don't know. Lately, we've been all chatting about a lot about what Karen's been doing,
Herbs
making
and stuff like that. Herbs.
Yeah,
and
and then going on with the herbs and tinctures and.
Well, maybe I'll do it on my
Actual
phone
medicine.
so I can just set you wherever I'm at, and I can actually go do something.
That
actual
sounds
medicine.
That's cool.
Collecting stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually,
right,
I'll be playing in the garden and stuff. I've got to get the tomatoes in. I've got to get the marigolds, the hot peppers, and the green beans.
Come on now, you got to get them in because surely.
And I do have to go harvest some more wild lettuce for more wild tincture because I'll go ahead and dry it and I'll have it on hand all winter long.
There you
I'd
go.
like to know what that looks like.
And it's right here behind the house. I think my phone signal will reach.
Okay.
So I'll just take y'all when I go get my lettuce.
There you go.
That'd be nice to
All
see what
right.
it
So
looks like.
everybody, come join us then, and we will see y'all on Thursday. Have a blessed evening, everybody.
Good night.
Night,
Bye,
y'all.
everybody. Bye, everybody in chat.